Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Good Servant Show. Praise Jesus. Finally got it going. I think. Oh, yeah, it's working. Alrighty. How are you doing, everybody? Oh, it's already started without me. Oh, this is beautiful. Well, good morning, everybody. Sorry, it's a few minutes late. No, oh, yeah. I was working on it. Thank you so much for trying to call me. She's like, I'm sure he fell asleep. Yeah. Yeah. So how you guys doing today? Another beautiful Saturday morning. Did everybody leave? Because there's 5 in here. I know there's 5 in here. So let's see who's still in here. Oh, James is here, and Shepherd's Voice is here. Cindy's here. The Book of His Grace is here. AJ's here. That makes me feel happy. Let me put my banners on. So today I went through the book of Acts twice last night. I know that seems like a lot. It is actually, because that's like the book that I am having the hardest time with. Not really a hard time, but like out of all the books, I would say it's the one that I memorize and can refer to the least, you know? And I don't know why that is. I mean, of course, there's Revelation. I don't really understand that very well. It there's a lot of symbolism. I understand some of it, but there's people that understand it far, far better than me, you know? Hey, Cold Springs, how are you doing? You're right on time. You're right on time. You made it. And but I don't know. Something's with that book of Acts. It doesn't like stick in my head. I mean, I've heard the chapter 2, you know, Acts chapter 2. That gets a lot of play in here. You know, everybody go to Acts chapter 2. But I don't know. Are there like certain books that like stick in your head better than others? I don't know. Maybe that's just me being weird or me having like this history of poisoning myself, you know, over the years, right? Doing things to my brain that, you know, not understanding my gifts, right? As a kid, right? Not understanding empathy, not understanding um, you know, being able to, you know, think more than most people, right? Like most of us in here. And man, I tried to like just completely destroy that part of myself, you know, because I didn't want to feel anything. I didn't. I feel like it almost held me back, you know. I feel like it almost held me back, and I wish that I could go back and do it over again because it's really the opposite. It really was a gift. It says you've been reading that book of Enoch. Oh yeah, Enoch is wonderful. Yeah, it's great. I got to be careful now because that opens up a can of worms, right? I love the Book of Enoch, but there's people that will get on me that it's not canon. And okay, so it's not canon. I believe it's true though. I don't give it moral authority over my life, verse by verse, but I believe that it's a true book. Now I'm allowed to say that if I want. Right. Well, I mean, I will say I don't give it moral. I won't give it moral authority over my life, but I do believe it's true, Sasquatch, because if the Bible is going to quote from it, then you figure that that book has got to be true, you know? Because I don't think that I don't think that the Bible would quote from it if it was like only partly true. It says the scriptures, it shows the fallen angels aren't the one that gave man all the knowledge. Huh. Well, then where would you say it came from then, Sasquatch? I mean, because how are you gonna be sitting in the woods, right? We're gonna be sitting in the woods. We've never seen anything before, and we're gonna be like, okay, well, let's make an iPhone. That's a lot of steps in between sitting on a rock and having an iPhone in your hand. It's hard to imagine that being possible while you're sitting there on a rock. All right, the book of his grace. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 9. Thou hast loved righteousness and hated iniquity. Therefore God, even thy God, hath anointed thee with the oil of gladness above thy fellows. I like that. I like how God defines that for us. Without, hey Alex, without God, we don't have right and wrong. We don't have good and evil. We just have things that is what it is, and good and bad is just subjective. That's why it's important to have God, to start off with God, right? To have a good foundation. Could you imagine if it really was like if the truth was everything exploded out of nowhere and somehow all this happened, right? There would be no good. How would we know what good and bad was and what gross is and all that? How would we even know? It says, Cindy says, I was watching you rip it up over there. What? Where was he? What was he doing? What was the AJM doing? Yeah, well, I don't believe we were cavemen either. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Sasquatch. No, 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 no. We were not cavemen. I believe. I fell off of here. Sorry, guys. No, I don't believe we're cavemen. I uh, I think that we're devolving, right? We're devolving from Adam was probably the smartest person on earth, right? And then we just got worse and worse since then, right? Copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. I know I fell off the I fell off of here. It was funny. I know I got lost. I accidentally pushed the button and it fell, and then it put me out, and I had to click back on. But it looks like I was up here, because as in I'm up above you guys, and then I fell off. But I'm just sitting on my couch like you guys. Yeah, they kicked. Yeah, they did. They kicked me out, face. Well, look, I can't go a day without having some kind of issue or problem or whatever. And I know that there's some kind of I don't know, some kind of conspiracy to get me to sleep all the time through my start times. But I'll tell you what, that's the only time I really feel good, guys. Like, I mean, I feel good all the time, but for sleep and like self-care and all that, like laying back right before the show starts, I'm like, oh, everything is done. I did my studying. I talked to everybody. It's all done, right? And just to have a few minutes right before I try to start with my you don't want any butterflies in your stomach or to be nervous or anything like that when you go live, right? So I try to get all that out of my system. And sometimes you could fall asleep. It happens. What's Proverbs 2:6? Put it in there. Put it in there, Sasquatch. I'll read it. Yeah, I definitely don't believe we were cavemen. I mean, at the very least, every person on Earth was as sophisticated as they are today. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 6. Rejoice not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. Well, yeah, that's the only way to make it out of here. That's the only way to make it out of here. When they say that the truth will set you free, that's the truth, you know? The more of the truth you accept, the better your life is, right? All the way up to and including uh, that Jesus is the truth, right? Proverbs 2:6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of the mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. That's true. But could the Lord give me wisdom and then I could teach it to somebody else? Hmm. I don't know. I mean, who knows? It's hard to tell unless we were there, right? Did you guys all put it up there? But yeah, it's I mean, so Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. No, that's definitely for sure. You got to have some kind of fear of the Lord, even if it's just a healthy reverence, because God is the only one that can do anything He wants to you. Everything else is deception, delusion. I mean, they might be able to kill your flesh body or whatever, but if you really look at the big picture of things, right? That's why when people say that the Bible was messed with, right, or or that the Bible was changed or books are missing and stuff like that, I have a problem with that, right? I think it's exactly what we're supposed to have. Now, I think that there was more or less, one or two here or there, right, that were in and now are out, maybe. But in the overall scheme of things, God is in control of everything, and He knows exactly what we would have at this moment. And so they want us to think, right? They want to trick us and think, oh yeah, well the Vatican can just change the Bible, right? But you can't have like a million Bibles out and then just change the Bible and then have what all those Bibles change. You got to show me all the, all those Bibles with all those books in it. And then even if you do produce that, it's like, overall God's always in control, right? The bigger and bigger picture, right? Because they want you to think that everything is that everything important is right now. That if your life isn't going good, it's because God doesn't like you. That's what they want you to believe, right? If this life is somehow not what you want or painful or things happen, right? That somehow that's unfair to us, when in reality, this is such a small, small part of a very, very, very good life. You know what I mean? It's such a small part of a great life. I am the vine. You are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Oh, it's beautiful. John 15:5. I love that. I just love that whole chapter and the one before it. Like there's so much in there. I wrestle with who I was, what I am, and who I want to be. But God will take care of that. That's right. And you know what? I'm not what I'm supposed to be yet, and I know that, right? But I sure as heck not what I used to be, you know? And that's you know, a good testimony. Hey Frank, how you doing? I don't know what I would do if I didn't find out the truth about life, man, or have like this, you know, this conspiratorial desire to find out conspiracy. I don't know. I crave that kind of stuff. I crave conspiracies, you know, and I think that there's something to be said with like being a lover of the truth, right? And because we want to know exactly what's real to the point that we'll believe whatever it is, right? As long as it's real. And I think that's the best part about God, you know, is that when you find out what's real and who made you, you know, it just makes everything so great to know that there's a future after this place, you know. Psalms 119, chapter 66, teach me good judgment and knowledge, for belief, I have believed thy commandments. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye live through the Spirit, do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. For as many are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. Oh, I forget the address of that verse, though. Real is waking up right now. Yeah. Well, what I know it's late over there where you are, AJ. What is it like? It's got to be noon or something over there, right? Or no, it's later than that probably. It's like 3 in the afternoon. Romans 8:14. Oh no, that's great. Don't worry, Faith. Yeah, beautiful people rise up always. Well, whatever's in the dark, right, always comes to the light, right? It's the dark side doesn't win in the end of this book, you know. But you know, good thing. I'm glad that God told us that it was going to be rough because this looks hopeless out there. You know, if you think about it, right? Like, if we didn't know about anything, like what was happening, it would look pretty hopeless out there. It would probably be we'd probably be at fight or die type area right now because of just how weird things have gotten. Oh, Frack got a new avatar? What? Well, it's still that car. Didn't you have that same car before? Or is that a different one? I thought he always had that car. Oh, so okay. I thought he had that from before. Yeah, the book is written. It is done. Just waiting for the just waiting for the cup final. And before you start with your jokes, I can tell you better ones about American football. Oh yeah, football. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got some ridiculous games. I mean, cricket's pretty funny too, though, man. You gotta admit, cricket is a funny looking game. First John chapter 1 verse 7. But if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus Christ, his son, cleanses us from all sin. That's the only way. That's the only way. Cindy says, I can't see avatars until they are big on screen. I always thought it was that same car. 67 Impala. Wow. Says I've honestly never been into things But if I won the lottery, I'd buy a muscle car. Probably a yellow 69. Oh, yeah, Dodge Charger. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, okay, black racing stripe. Yeah, it sounds nice. I could see that. Oh, yeah, baseball's horrible too, but I love baseball. I used to love it. But yeah, it's obvious now what that is, right? You look at a baseball field and you're like, oh, does everything have to be occultic? Does everything have to be against God? Why can't there be a way to worship God and watch baseball? You know? Why does everything around have to be separating us from God, you know? I wish people weren't like just evil. Even like, I mean, it's hard to find like just regular good people from the heart, you know? I mean, it really is hard, man, because it like a lot of people are just, they're kind of mean and selfish, you know? And it always baffles me, man. I'm like, man, how could these people just walk away without saying goodbye or sorry or how you know, just weird stuff, you know? And you'd have to think there's something, it's probably all this poison they feed us and this crap they dump on us, because I can't see how a person would just act that way, you know? Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Well, we're going to have to get ready to be, if we're not raptured out of here, if there's no rapture, then we are going to be persecuted, people. Be ready for that. I'm ready for both things to happen. And you pay for the yeah. Chuckle muscles. What's that? Oh, 8 years you were working on that car. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a hobby. You're out there working on it. Yeah, that's cool. Keeps you out of trouble and off the streets. Chuckle muscle, the chuckle muscle exercise guru. 55 Studebaker with no reverse. There was no reverse on a 55 Studebaker. That can't be real. Is that real? If you don't have reverse, then how are you going to drive it? That don't make no sense. It would be impossible to drive a car. Oh, on yours. Oh, I get it. I get it. Don't be driving that car. It's not. It's not. I had to get out and push, right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 48. But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming. Oh, but I want him to come now. It's like I want him to come tomorrow. I want him to be here right now already. Only park on hills. Well, my mom, she she had a I don't know, some kind of Pinto, but she had a Pinto, and she was driving in San Francisco, and me and my brother were in the car, right? So my brother was in the back seat, he was a baby, and I was riding in the front seat, and she was up a hill, right? Stopped going up a hill, and she had both feet on the brake, but she couldn't start the car again without it rolling back. And there was a car behind her, right? So so she just stopped, right? Like she just stopped, and everyone's upset behind her, like, come on, hurry up, like like honking at her, and she was crying, right? And so this guy gets out of his car and he's like, "What's the matter?" And she's crying, and she gets out of the car and lets him get in the car and pull the car over. I mean, me and my brother were in there, man. Like that guy could have taken off, man. Like there's no, I mean, that's pretty trusting, man. When you're in San Francisco, like deep in the business district, right? Probably on, I don't know, one of those hilly streets, right? And let some guy drive your two kids. That's crazy. Let's see here. Matthew 24:49 through 50. And shall begin to smite his fellow servants and eat and drink with the drunken. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of. Yeah, he's gonna come in an hour we're not aware of, but it's looking like for the prophecy, the fig tree prophecy, right? For that to happen, right? We're getting crunched in there where it needs to happen soon. Sorry, my boys are messing around. No, it's what is this Saturday? They're supposed to be running around watching cartoons. Well, nowadays don't watch cartoons, right? But that was when I was a kid. God, it sucks, man. Everything is so ruined now. Because here I'm thinking about when I was a kid watching cartoons and stuff, but that's probably why I'm half degraded right now. Is these darn cartoons, man. There's nothing to do in life. I guess going out to the woods and playing with a stick or something, throwing rocks in the river. I don't know. What do you got out there, Faith? Corn? You can throw corn at each other. Nothing wrong with that. Says the tail end of her life, my mother couldn't find a parking spot, so she left her van in the middle of the street and asked a stranger to park it for her. Well, yeah, that's what basically what my mom did, right? She's like, she had both feet on. My mom drives with both feet on the brake, crying. Some guy pulls, some guy pulls over and pulls it over to the side of the road. Well, then this is what's crazy is my mom had to call my dad from work right after that, to drive the car around, off of that street and around the corner. That's crazy, man. And he came. So, and when my dad came, my dad was a truck driver in San Francisco. So that's another tough scenario. And he had to park his truck right there, double parked up a hill to move my mom's little car. And then she almost got us hit by a train that same day. We almost got hit by a train. And if you've ever been almost hit by a train, that is very, very close to being hit by a train. like to be almost hit by a train is you probably should have been hit by a train. That's a very scary thing. No Nash Ramblers for that guy. What? Oh, gearhead, gearhead. Let's see who knows what a muscle car is. Well, what's the difference? What I mean, a car that's real fast from back in the 60s or 70s. I mean, do they have muscle cars now today? First car was a 75 Holden Torana. Oh wow. My dad liked little what are those little Datsuns or whatever. Corn, but you live in the woods too. Oh, okay, so you got corns and mushrooms to throw at people. I'm trying to think, what would I do out in a cornfield near the woods, you know? Well, see, when I was a little kid, I remember, being able to get like 8 or 10 miles from home, that was normal. But there's no way I would ever let my kids like that far away from home at any age. Even now, it bothers me, and they're adults now. All right, I'll see you later, James. Have a good day. God bless you. No, Dotson never had a muscle car. I know, I know, I know, I know. My dad liked little sporty, the 240Z or whatever. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. It must have sounded like I said that though. Hey, Cindy. I mean, yeah. Hey, Stacy. Bury the speedometer. You guys in your cars. Polestar. Oh. uh, yeah, you got to get them kids out of the house. Hey, what's going on, Teresa? Yeah, well, it's fun to go fast in a car, that's for sure. But I don't want to be in no car that's all shaky. I've been fast in a car before, but in some very unstable stuff. Some very unstable cars, man. Where it's all shaky and things rattling. Man, I'm hoping that there's like either a big sign about like what's gonna happen this weekend, or if there's a rapture, a rapture. There's too many things lining up mathematically for this weekend. Plus, it's gonna be, I think, is it today or tomorrow is the birthday for the birthday for Israel, right? 74th birthday. And so that puts what, 6 years, 6 years on the clock for them. And so that something has to happen, at least 3.5 years. They'll have 3.5 years on the clock. So whatever's going to start has to start soon. And man, will I be happy just to know that it's like everything has started will be a relief. I mean, we know it's coming. Nothing's going to prevent it from happening, right? So I just want it to come as fast as possible. And I'm just going to start seeing like the positive in like these signs. Yeah, I know. And I agree, Cindy. I mean, either way, it wouldn't bother me. I would even be cool with like I would even be cool if I was needed to like do soul winning or whatever, like spreading the gospel, trying to get people. But that's the thing, right? Is that like nobody believes the truth. Nobody wants to hear it. It's like some of these things they want us to believe out there are so ridiculous, but people still believe it. They eat it up, you know? Oh yeah, I guess an airplane knocked down a steel framed building. Ugh. Matthew chapter 7, verse 11. If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, which is in heaven, give you good things to them that ask him? Oh, I love that. Because I know that just things up there will just be better. Just everything is going to be better, and we're going to be better too. It says they're speeding up the agenda 201, 2030. So no worries, it's coming. Yeah. Yeah, if we got to 2030, I would really be surprised, you know. But they do have an agenda 2030, that's for sure. Yeah, it's crazy, man. All this stuff. They all think Gene Coon's novel. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's crazy, man. I think that there's got to be it's got to be in a person to be seeking the truth, right? Like for people to seek the truth, right? Because there are things that are obviously not true, and you tell somebody, and not only do they believe the lie, but they'll like defend it too, you know? Or have you ever you finally your family's willing to listen to you, and you're on a roll like on Christmas or something like that, and you put down a pretty good presentation. You think you got everybody listening, right? And you make one little mistake, right? And everybody jumps on that one mistake you made. Oh yeah, now we can't trust anything he says because look, he said this. Oh, I hate when they do that, man. I hate it. Oh, you gotta go. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Tell Pops I said hi, man. Tell Pops I said hi. God bless you, my friend, my good friend AJ. Yeah, they think they're in control, but they can only do what the Most High allows. That's right. That's right. That's why, that's why like ultimate big picture, we are so safe. We are so safe. And like I think that whatever is going to be coming that is bad has a purpose, you know? And so I don't think there's anything to be afraid of that's coming from God. Either way, whether you think you're going to be here or not, it all has a purpose. The only thing that you should really worry about is if you're an enemy of God and you don't plan on submitting or coming to him, well then yeah, you got some stuff to worry about, but then that's on you, If you don't want to accept reality that you were created by somebody and that were subjected to him, well then that's on you. But I certainly don't want no one to throw no fire on me, or I don't want to be stung with no bugs. I just want to accept reality and be loved. Because that's an option. You can pick that. You can pick to you could pick to go with God and be loved, Says there's a lot of bad going on, but the good times are not far away. Not far away at all. You're right. I just wish that, with the bad stuff happening, I wish people blame the bad guy for the bad stuff instead of, you know, why is there all this evil? Why didn't God get rid of all this evil? And he can get rid of all the evil in 2 seconds, but you have to get rid of us. And so if we want him to keep us and get rid of the evil, well, then we're going to have to be patient. And I don't think that that's too much to ask, right? I mean, trust me, I don't want anyone to be in pain out there. I don't. It breaks me to think that anybody's in pain and can't get help. but we're waiting on God to take care of it, and He's gonna. Throwing corn and mushrooms at each other. Yeah. Well, if you are in a cornfield near like a forest or something, near the woods, right? Isn't that all there would be? I don't know. Don't throw rocks at each other, you know. I know. I'm sorry. Well, go find the Smurfs or whatever. It won't let you post Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Oh, that sucks. I wish I knew it all by heart. I have some verses like most of the verses I have are surrounding salvation. Yeah, I don't like the name of it either. Because my cousin used to use that term for something else. He was disgusting. Why won't it let you post a verse? It's weird. I know there's some things that it won't let you post, like some links and some verses and stuff like that. And it's starting to bother me, because oh yeah, the show must go on. Do you know how many times like I've had like a show planned and it was gonna be awesome, and then like the guest didn't come. I had nothing going on, and just had to like kind of pull it together and find something to say for 45 minutes, and just be on the spot. But God is good, right? Those are the best shows, right? When you just let the Holy Spirit take over, those end up being the best ones. And now it's almost like every show is like that now, where you usually like right before the show, I'll get like a subject to talk about. Like it'll just come to me, and I'm like, oh, this is what we're going to talk about. And because even though that happens, I still try to think, what am I going to talk about for the show? And then still, it's something totally different comes before, little bit before, like not even that much in advance to like think about what to say. But yes, the show will go on, even if I have to push live and let it go 45 minutes of just silence. There'll be something. The show will go on. I'll just do panels and we'll have fun talking. With you being silly, Cindy, with that. How long must the show go on? How long must the show go on? Yeah, I don't know. We could end it now. I think that tonight, I want to do panels tonight, and I don't mind that one going long. I really don't mind that one going long. We can go for a while if everything is going smooth. It's up to you guys. What do you think? Panels tonight? Have some people on. We could I don't know, maybe do a maybe we could do a debate or whatever over something. Not a debate, but a discussion on a 50-50 topic. Yeah, the show is still going. Oh, are you supposed to be the fat lady singing? Stop it, Cindy. You're not fat. And even if you were, who cares? I'm the fat lady, and on this program, I'm the fat lady. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's time to hit the old dusty trail. I love you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. It was a few minutes late today. And don't, no, Cindy, no, don't. All right, all right, guys. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace, and all glory to God because he deserves it. And pray for the children. Pray for anyone being victimized out there. Pray for each other. It's important. One more day closer, brothers and sisters. I can't wait until we all meet in the sky. I will see you guys tonight at 5 p.m. Lord willing, I'll see you tonight at 5 p.m.